what is there not to love about Sarah? Oh, she's great. She's an amazing woman. But if I had to choose one thing that I love the most about her, it would be that, like, no matter how bad of a day I'm having or how bad of a day she's having, she'll try and, like, cheer me up just because she doesn't like to see me upset, and I'll try and do the same thing back. And it just fills me with so much joy to know that someone's just there for you, right?
What I love about Chris the most is he's kind. And literally he'll do anything for anyone at any time. If something needs to be done, he'll drop everything. And family means everything to him. And just finding someone who is that kind, or genuinely that kind, and loves their family that much, it just kind of warmed my heart a little bit, and it made me love him even more, I guess. Chris and I met at a country festival, so I went with a bunch of my friends to Country Thunder, and I was single and ready to mingle.
Well, I just couldn't take my eyes off of her, and I introduced myself to her, and then her friends introduced her to me after I introduced myself.
And I just wanted to go there to dance and have fun, and he was part of the group that we ended up hanging out with, so kind of turned out, I guess.
I knew that I was in love with Sarah because just like hanging out with her in that moment, I was just so happy and just so content with life, and like I couldn't think of anything better. When I look back on it, it kind of feels like I've always been in love with Chris. But if I were to pinpoint a moment where I fell in love with him, I think it was just a lazy Sunday. We were sitting on the couch, and I kind of was like, oh, and then like pulled it back a little bit. And she came with me to my grandma's funeral, and then we were exploring my grandma's old town, and we were like laughing and joking, and she took me to the side away from my family, and she was like, there's something I have to tell you. And she brought me in close, and she gave me a kiss, and she said, I love you. And it just, everything lit up inside me, and I said it back to her, and then, well, we were just giddy and laughing for the rest of the day, even though it was a terrible day. It was, I think about that day a lot, just because of that moment. I really like doing cheesy things. I'm sure everyone knows that. And I really like going skating at Olympic Plaza. I got all of our friends together, took them skating down at Olympic Plaza, and then after a few laps, I told her I wanted to get some pictures in front of the tree, and I think she knew. I'm wearing my skates, and I'm like shaking back and forth. I'm like, what's going on? And Chris gets down on one knee and proposes, and I'm like, oh God, I'm so awkward. And looking back at the pictures now, like, it's just the surprise and the astonishment on my face was, I was so happy, and it was so thoughtful of him thinking of like the cheesiest thing to do. So I don't know, it was kind of perfect. So in 40 years, I see Sarah and I living happily together in like an acreage. It's always been our dream. Our kids will be like embarrassed of us because we're super embarrassing. Throughout our years with our kids, our goal is to embarrass them as much as possible so that they have the most character out of anyone that they ever meet. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate this day with Sarah and I. We hope you enjoy the festivities and the food that we have. I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming on our big day. Chris and I have been looking forward to it for about 1.5 years, so I'm really excited that it's here and all of you guys are here to celebrate with us, and let's get our dance on! Woo!